Imagine this: a young child racing in the streets after a little yellow ball, his feet covered in dirt. As he was playing with his friends, he had forgotten that he was hungry. Of course, that was why his mother had sent him out to play. She struggled putting something together because she didn't know what she was going to feed him. Soon, she hears the roar of a plane overhead, drowning out the sound of the laughing children. Then the earth shakes. A sudden moment of scorching hot flames, and then a blowing smoke rises. There is rubble. There is death. There is silence. The United Nations has declared the Syrian conflict the worst in the 21st century. And situations like the example that I gave at the beginning of my speech are not out of the norm. According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and the United Nations Office for Coordinations of Humanitarian Affairs, there are more than 5 million registered Syrian refugees and 13.5 plus million people inside Syria in need of humanitarian aid. I myself grew up in a refugee camp when I was in Kenya. However, I don't ever remember going without food and water while living without shelter in the freezing winter as people fled from Syria have. So today, I'm gonna tell you about this organization and the impact it has had on refugee lives and why you should support the Islamic Relief USA. A conflict started on March 15th, 2011, has blown into a full-out war in Syria and still continues today. According to UNICEF, in the first 2 months of this year alone, 1,000 children were killed or injured, intensifying violence in Syria. The United Nations has reported over 5.6 million people fled from Syria since 2011 due to ongoing violence. Now that we have covered the conflict in Syria, let's move on to what the Islamic Relief USA is. Islamic Relief USA has worked to provide humanitarian aid for refugees since their founding in 1993. According to Islamic Relief USA, the organization has provided more than 9.3 million refugees in Syria. The Islamic Relief USA has provided humanitarian aid including food, water, winter supplies, education, medical care, medicine and medical supplies, and also sanitation necessities like bathrooms and soap. The Islamic Relief USA's mission is to elevate suffering, hunger, illiteracy, and disease, regardless of color, gender, race, or greed, and to provide in a compassionate and dignified manner. In conclusion, Islamic Relief USA has provided disaster relief to people who live in war-torn countries and provided immediate to those who need it anywhere in the world. You can also contribute to this amazing organization by donating however much you can, or even volunteering your time to help, because honestly, anything can make a difference. Now imagine a child smiles big at his mother as he eats an apple, the juice running down his chin. She chuckles and hugs her child closer to her. They live in a shelter. The winter breeze outside rush, but for the moment, they are comfortable and warm. The child will soon get ready for school. Now there's a care. There is a second chance.